Everybody, this is Ralph, and I know we're early right now, but I just wanted to check in with you all so that we can start to see if we can get the chat room working. So for the next 5 minutes, Jen and I are going to be figuring out the chat and see if it works. So, okay, go ahead and test the chat.
So they'll want to skip ahead to the 5-minute mark.
Oh yeah, so if you're watching it later, skip ahead to the 5-minute mark, and then you can see when the official session starts. So we're testing our chat room right now.
Yeah, won't let me.
It won't let you chat, huh?
Yeah, I can't.
I'm not sure why.
Check YouTube settings. I'll poke around and see if I can find anything.
Screen share. I'm going to test some other stuff while we play around with this. Let's just play around with this and see what we can do. Some success stories. Here's some success stories for you all. To see if, I'll get rid of some of these though. It might be personal. Let's see. We'll pull this up just so that you have a little picture while we test it out. So if you're on early, what you can do is check in with where you want to go and how will you know if you made it. So if we were meeting in a coffee shop in a year from now, what might you notice? The session has not officially started, but I wanted to see if we could get the chat room going. So if you're on early, go ahead and put a note out there to yourself and the universe of what you want. Where do you want to go? We're about 4 minutes away from starting. It looks like I stopped screen share now. Okay, I think we're still good. So chat is not working, it doesn't look like, huh? We're looking to see if we can get our chat room working. We're early right now. If you are there and you want to test it with us, you can see if you can chat. If you can chat, I think you have to be logged on to your Gmail account if you have one Gmail, or a YouTube account if you have a YouTube account. But I haven't figured that out. We're going to be getting new technology pretty soon, a GoToWebinar platform, so that people can actually talk and also type in. So we'll be getting that GoToWebinar pretty soon, which will be much easier for everybody.
Do you see me? I see your first one, but not your second one.
No, I don't see you.
Do you want to pull up your incognito?
Okay.
On the second screen.
Let's see. Incognito. Okay, so let's see if we can get this. Okay, there's that. I see Jen testing it. So test it again.
So I have to scroll down.
Oh, Army tested it. So Army's working. It's working. Oh my God, it's working. Oh my God, thank you, Army. Yes, wow.
Oh, I see Army too.
Let me see if I say something here, if it shows up.
And for other people, if they're looking for where the chat is, well, if you're on a small screen, you have to scroll down a little bit underneath where the video is, and down to the right is the chat. Let's see if you go full screen if I can chat.
Let's see if it did it this time. Oh, it doesn't look like I can type in anything. Unless I want to sign in this way. Let me see.
Can you type in from your original one if it's not full screen?
I tried to.
Try it again, because I got one of yours.
Okay, Ralph testing. Yeah, I just typed in Ralph testing. It didn't seem to do anything, huh?
Are you on your incognito or your other one?
The other one?
Um,
It says sign in the chat. Let's see.
you're about 1 minute away.
Okay, let me just test this one. I wonder if I should use a different email, alphanspt@gmail.com. Let me try this. If this doesn't work, technology, you want to
On
always,
your incognito, is that what you're changing?
yeah. Let me see if it works. Okay, so let's see. Okay, testing from Ralph.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to be able to chat.
And you
Oh,
just
okay.
might let people know that if they want to be able to chat, they need to not have the picture go full screen.
Okay, if you want to chat,
And tell them that, because if they already put it full screen, they won't see the chats.
okay, and chat should work. Okay, wow, I think we finally figured it out. Okay, thank you, Jen.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Good.
Do you want to say hi? No. Okay. Okay. All right. Good deal. Wow. So this is the official start, 12:01 Pacific time for the Miracles, Magic, Healing, and More. This is Ralph, and I hope everybody sees everything okay. I'm gonna just leave this like this is. Okay. So I think I'll be able to see chats and everything. And if anybody wants to chat in and say that you're here, or ask questions, I'll check on that later. I won't just be looking at it the whole time, but I will check on that. And if Army, if you can just chat back and tell me, can you hear me okay? I hope you can hear me.
Type a chat to Army.
Okay. Can you hear me? Oh, so Army can hear me. Okay. Okay, then I'm just going to leave it running like it is. It's a little funny.
And remind everyone that if they're not in full screen is when they can chat.
Yeah, when you're not in full screen is when you can chat.
And their box is down and to the right just a little bit.
And your box to chat is down and to the right. So you can leave questions or comments or anything that you want in there. And I will see that. Great, awesome. Okay, so I'm so excited to be here today. I was thinking as I go down to an area down below in what's called DNR land, Department of Natural Resources land, just right by our place, and it's a big forest with lots of trails, and Ben has a fort there, and so I go down there to set up the space ahead of time, and I was just thinking today, like how much I love this these Miracles, Magic, Healing, and More Sundays. So it's great to be here, and some really cool stuff has been coming up today as I set the space up for us all. So I'm going to go and pull up my notes first, because what's been showing up is some things that we're going to do energetically today, and then I'm going to walk you through how to do it in the physical real world too, because one thing that I noticed is for myself and for my clients, while it's really, really cool to do energy work, matrix energetics and other types of energy work or information work, it's really cool to do that. And I've seen miracles just like that from that alone, and then whole lives transform and stuff shifts with very short sessions. And what I also have noticed is that there's a lot of people going to a lot of energy medicine type seminars and sessions and meditation type people and enlightenment people. And one of the things that I noticed is there's a lot of people that are just not getting exactly really what they want. Like, you know, there's still a lot of people dealing with health concerns and relationship issues and money issues. So the proof, as they say, is in the pudding, right? Like, we should have people that are thriving and doing well, and stuff should be changing. And so I've been noticing really cool emails back from people, from some one-on-one clients, and from some people that are on these monthly Miracles, Magic, Healing, and More sessions, and from the Thursday sessions. So it's cool to see things changing. And what I noticed as a pattern is that the people that follow through then have big results. So I want to pull up one success story just to give you a sense of what I've been seeing. Okay, here it is. Hang on 1 second, and you'll see what I mean about where we're going to go with this. So I'm going to change the screen right now. Okay, so share screen. Here's a share screen, and you can read it with me. So this is an email that I got back from a client, Matthew J. Castillo. So you can read it. But what I noticed with this was he wanted some big things in his life, and he had been doing lots of energy work, and he had been doing a lot of work in all sorts of areas. He was even working in the personal development market. He was doing some work in that world. And then he had a session with me, and I offered him something, and he jumped on it right away. I mean, without hesitation. And what happened was a lot of stuff happened. So he, as you could see, his neck and shoulder got better. His back, you know, his physical condition got better, but he also started feeling a lot of other stuff. Colors were brighter, laughter was louder, love was bigger. His ability to bless people with these things improved. He made a big jump and let go or went through some fear and actually moved states. He lived in a different state and moved to a state where his long distance girlfriend was, and made a commitment to be with her. So a lot of other stuff has changed for him too. And so I want to give you the details of all that so that you can get a sense of what I'm seeing. Because while he had a really good session with me and lots of stuff shifted and he felt some changes in his neck and his shoulder, he also did something else. And that was, he did something. He actually made a commitment, and he actually quit his job, and he actually moved a state away, and he did stuff. So what I've noticed with this manifesting kind of stuff, there's two parts. There's like the energy medicine and tuning into the energies and the consciousness and what's going on. And then there's the doing stuff. So that's what I'm going to play with today. And what we're going to do, what's coming to me, let me see if I can unscreen this thing now. How do we undo it? There we go. Ah, there we are. Okay, so what we can do is we're going to do all these pieces that are energetic, and then we're going to do all these pieces that are in the physical world, and I'll be installing them energetically so that they can shift for you right now. And what I encourage you to do is to test something that's real for you, like how your neck feels, how your shoulders feel, how your back feels, your mood, walking around, how tall you feel. Just check anything and everything in the next moment or two, so that in a little bit you can recheck it again. Because if your shoulder changes or your neck changes, who knows what else changed? Maybe your relationship with your girlfriend changes, or your boyfriend or your husband or your daughter. So you can check physical things right now, so that later you can see, you know, in an hour you can see what's different. But then over the rest of the day and the weekend you can see what's different. And then if stuff comes to you that's like, these inspired action steps, like, I really should do this, or this is what I should do, or you know what, this would be a good way to get this done, you might want to jump on it, because the universe really does like speed. And so when you take that jump and take the step that the universe shows us, what I've noticed in my life is stuff changes even faster. So we're going to play with all that stuff. And, you know, for your autoimmune conditions, for your for other physical conditions, for your relationship issues, for your work issues, for your finances, for your money. So so that's that. And now some people, I just checked just to see if anybody was having any issues. Some people might not be able to chat. I think you have to have a Gmail account. I am going to be getting a new technology, the GoToWebinar platform, and doing that. It so that people can actually raise their hand and chat, and I can hear you even, and you can write things in, and so we'll get a better platform. But some people might be able to chat, some people might not. So feel free to try to chat, and if not, that's okay. Okay, so where to start? Let's start like this. Let's go to how did one person put it today? It was just awesome. I love getting emails from you guys. Okay, so one person wrote, in your sessions, I did a Facebook Live. So she was saying in your short sessions, there was a short session I did. If you're on Facebook, find me, Ralph Havens, and then friend me, and you'll see some. I just started doing Facebook Live things, and it's pretty cool. So she said, I just felt that it might be good to ask people to think some issue in their life that keeps them worried, or and do the 2-point and ask people to give feedback if something moved on that particular problem. So what you can do is think of right now what's worrying you in your life. What thing, if handled for you, would dramatically improve your life? What do you really want? And then I'm going to just put it out there for you right now. I am still working on goals, right? I still have my own goals and things, but I do know some people that have achieved every one of their goals. It's like their relationship goals, their health goals, and their financial goals, and their life purpose goals. I know somebody, I've been in the same room with him, and of a guy that happened to, and he was actually one of my teachers, and he asked a room of 1,000 people if anybody else had ever achieved every single one of their goals. And there was about 3 people, I think, that raised their hand in a room of 1,000 people. And so and he said, what happened next? And I kind of knew what he was going to say, because I had a version of that when I was running a lot and competing a lot. I ran a marathon in 2 hours and 28 minutes, which was under 2 hours and 30 minutes. And so it was my best time at that point. I was 30 years old. And even though I thought I would run faster, I never did, but I thought I did at the time. But it was it was a big goal. Like, wow, I ran a 220 something marathon. And I'd heard this before, and I'd actually felt it before after other races with big performances. About 3 days later, I got really depressed. And, you know, I was taking my week off from running, and I got really depressed. And then when I got back on it to training and getting my next goal, I was back. But that's what happened to those people that had achieved all their goals. They got what's next? And, you know, Jim Carrey said something about he wished everybody could be rich and famous, because then they would have to really figure out what makes them happy. Because you know, I was thinking about this for the session today. If you were a parent, and you had and some of you are parents, and you had a child, a son or a daughter, and you wanted the best for them, would you give them an expensive car, an expensive house, set them up so that they would never have to worry about money ever, make it so that their life was really easy? Would you do that? Or would you be there for them and support while they tried stuff and failed, and tried stuff and failed, and did this and did that, and tried to look for their passion, and then got frustrated, and then found their passion, and then couldn't do their passion, and then figured out how to do it, and then made it, and then became successful, and then had that? Would you want that for them? So, you know, we all know or a lot of us know of Paris Hilton, who, you know, was in the news many, many years ago. I don't even know what she's doing now. I'll have to Google it. But you know, she had everything. She's heir to the Hilton money, and but she was always in the news trying to do something to be newsworthy. But basically, she looked really bored and just had a lot of money. And so, so with all that, what you might consider for the next moment is to tune in. What do you really want? Like, you know, think of the money, think of the relationships, think of the health, what you would be doing with the health, what you'd be doing with the perfect relationships, what you'd be doing with the money. Kind of tune in for just a moment, because I'm gonna tune into it in a matrix energetics way right now, and I can feel it building already. Tune into what you really, really want. So go ahead and you can do this now. What do you really want? So you can feel what you might be doing, how you might be walking, who you would be with, how fast or slow the world might be, what you'd be up to, what problems would look like to you, how you would be feeling, what emotions would be there, you think, you feel. If the world would be buzzing around or if it would be more still. If your speech would be buzzing around or if it'd be more still. What you might be planning, who you might be planning it with. And how it would feel. How would it feel to have all that? Okay. And then you might look back and go, huh, why did I want all this? Like, you know, say you went a few years and a few more years and a few more years having all that, and you look back like, huh, I wonder why I wanted all that. What was that all about? Was it because you wanted to be in a certain group, like included with certain people, groups, certain status might be the wrong word, but like thought of a certain way among your group of friends or family? Having a certain purpose? Why do you suppose you wanted that? Okay. I'm going to bring in, yeah, some of these people that I know that have achieved that. And then we're going to go ahead and ask that. What I'm noticing is some things where you kind of think you have to make concessions or deals with God where, wow, if I could just get this, I wouldn't need that, or I wouldn't need that. We're going to go to all those and Windows. Let's shift that. Let's open that up. It feels awesome. Okay. Let me see how we are. I drew what the done window looks. That's getting really close. Okay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do this now. And there we go. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to do something. I'm going to pull up the resource page that I've sent you, because we're going to install every bit of this for you right now, and I'm going to be able to walk you through it. So let me just go here. It's a hidden page. It's only for you guys. So let me put in a special code before I pull it up for you. That's not doing it. Huh. I'll try this again. That's funny. It's not working. Let me go get it off my email. That's really weird. So you guys might be feeling the waves going through you. Okay, here goes. That's funny. I'm having the hardest time finding this. That's really weird. No? Hang on a second. Should work. Why is that not working? Here goes. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through this, and then we're going to do it energetically too. Okay, so this is that link I sent you. And so you just sit back, relax, and we're going to install every bit of this as a module. So I'm going to install now, create. Okay, Miracles, Magic, Healing, and More Resources. Okay, here's a little link if you'd want to email me. If you didn't get one of the video sessions, let me know. I can always email them back. Here's a video introduction of this whole series. This is a Facebook group. So you can click on here and you'll get to our Facebook page. So if you're on Facebook, you can come to this page and then ask to join. You have to be on this group, this once a month thing, to be in this group. And then you can write anything down here that you want to write me. You can always email me too. But what's neat is I put a lot of extra stuff on here. So, and the other part about this is every night I do an actual session. So it might be a 1 minute session. It might be a 2 or 3 minute session. I actually do a session. It's powerful. The short ones are just as powerful or bigger than the bigger ones a lot of times. So every evening for all of you, I do a session every single evening. So if you ever want to email me or Facebook me throughout the week, you can, and I include it whether you email me or not. But you have that. So that's this section here. Now here's the schedule of all the sessions. Like July, we have 3 coming up. I've made a whole bunch of videos for you, and here's the video playlist. And so we're going to install all of these right now for you energetically. And so these are the videos, and they're short little videos, but they do a lot in one little bit. And I made them short like this so that there's one technique per video. So there's a way to do a lot of really cool stuff in the real world. You know, if you have an autoimmune condition, then these energetic sessions are really, really important, really good, save the world, change stuff. Had a lady that wasn't eating. She was in her 80 years old, and she saw me over Skype, and she had been not being able to eat for like a week or more, a couple weeks. And the doctors were very concerned, putting tubes down her in all sorts of ways to try to figure it out. And I saw the problem in her pancreas. I shifted that, and then, you know, with the help of God, of course, shifted that. And then the next week, she had her next session. And I asked her, how is it going? And she goes, oh, it's going pretty good. You know, I have a little hip pain. And I said, well, how is your eating? And she said, oh, that's fine. It's totally good. So these techniques are some of the physical techniques that I would have done if I had seen her in person. Now, I can do this over Skype and over these energy sessions, but it's still useful to do actual techniques for yourself, and they make you feel so good. So I'm going to walk you through this playlist so that you can go through it yourself. So here's an introduction to the sounds, and it gives you the heart sounds for Qigong. So if you want to work on your heart, that's a good way to do it. Here's kidney sounds, working on your kidneys, letting go of fear. The pancreas sounds, another organ for digestion and blood sugar. The liver sounds, the lung sounds, all of them together. An exercise from Qigong called the bliss exercise actually does bring up bliss. I do this almost every day. I've done this for 2 hours a day sometimes, and it's quite amazing what it does. Qin Qi opens up the heart and lungs. Spinal bone marrow does what you think it does. It works on your bone marrow, which is stem cells, which is the beginning of cells before they can become something else. So it's going right to the very beginning of things to shift things. Wall squats are good for a lot of power. Push the mountain. There was a success story in the 101 Miracles book from the Wisdom Healing Jining Qigong Center in China, and a guy fixed his totally blocked coronary arteries doing this one entire night. He did this one exercise for an entire night, and then he was good. Here's an advanced Qigong movement. I do this one almost every day. The La Qi, a very simple movement. Kidney rubs, big simple movement. I'm not sure which one that is. Some other videos of me just talking about stuff. A self cranial sacral treatment. So if you like cranial sacral treatments, you can actually do this one technique that shortcuts the whole thing that my teacher Sharon G. Mateo showed us. There's a technique for releasing rage and going to ecstasy. There's a little bit of instruction about the every single night matrix session, and I actually put a matrix session in this video so that you can just go to that and get a short session every day or whenever you want. A little bit about how I use a trampoline. Position release technique for the lungs, for the stomach, for the heart. A technique I learned from John Imes, a physical therapist, to release the jaw, neck, and spine. Really amazing technique. If you grind your teeth, you can get rid of that. This neurofascial process is a simple technique, amazingly powerful. I do this one every day, and you can do it with many people at one time. If you have a child that has a significant problem, or some person that has a significant problem, if you have a problem, you could invite your friends and get 3 or 4 or 5 of your friends to do this for you for an hour or two once a week, and make powerful changes just from this technique. Some interesting things about things to change in your environment that can improve your health. The smelly stuff, the Wi-Fi, some more information about that strain, counter strain position exercises. This is one that for some reason, a lot of people just don't get. And I'm going to be really clear right now, because I want you to get what you want. I want you to get well. And there's 300 conditions, medical conditions, that the medical system in their own journals says 300 conditions, medical conditions that are caused by gluten. And the recommendations in a lot of those journals are to go gluten-free. Now, it's not what a lot of doctors practice, but it is in their medical research. And it's what I found since early 2000s, working with my teacher, Sharon Giammatteo, and then working with Thomas O'Brien, is that going 100% gluten-free can change your life. I'm very serious. And if you do it 99% well, you just get a teeny bit once a month, it doesn't work, not even a little. It's the most frustrating thing. But if you really want to get rid of an autoimmune condition, if you want to get your teeth better, your gums better, if you want to not be schizophrenic, if you want to not have bipolar, if you want to be happier, if you want to think clearer, if you want neurological conditions like multiple sclerosis to get better, there's so much research that says if you go 100% gluten-free, magic happens. It doesn't work if it's 99%. So I talk about it here. And there's a PDF that I've sent you before. I can send it to you again of how to do this. So let me know and I can send it to you again. But this is really important. If you're not 100% gluten-free and you're dealing with a medical condition or some kind of pain condition or some kind of behavioral condition or a mental illness condition, and you're not 100% gluten-free, you could be missing the one thing that could make the biggest difference in the world for you. So I can't emphasize this enough. Big changes, 99% just doesn't work. Okay, here's a bonus 15-minute session and a little inspirational story. So there's a whole bunch of stuff there. Now we're going to take all of that. I'm going to take that and let's go back to the screen. Screen share, all this technology. Okay, and let's install that right in your right lung. And then let's do this with the psychoenergetic emotional technique from Matrix Energetics. And I might go silent for just a moment. Whew. So this will, who knows what this will take, but we're going to just go, I'm going to just hang out here for a while this does what it does. And what you can do is notice what you notice. I love it when this one shows up. Had a lady that I saw many years ago. She was in person. She came to me in my office in San Diego, and her teeth didn't fit. She was in her low 30s, maybe 30 years old, and she had a hard time lying down. She had a hard time sitting up. She had a hard time standing up. She had a hard time walking. She had to move positions a lot. So you can imagine the treatments were kind of like hard to keep her in one spot. And one of her symptoms was her teeth didn't fit. When she would close her mouth, none of her teeth touched. I mean, can you imagine if you close your mouth and your teeth don't even touch? And she'd had lots of splints for her mouth, and she was seeing a dentist who was doing a lot of work for her, and cranial therapists of all sorts. Whoa. and a version of what's going on right now showed up. And so, here I was standing next to her. She was lying down at that time on my treatment table, and I was doing something that looked sort of like this. She'd been coming for a while, so she kind of knew I was already doing interesting things, and she was used to results that were changing things for her. But after this one particular 1 hour session, she checked and her teeth fit, and she didn't have to use her splint anymore, and she never went back to that dentist. I think she might have gone back once, but he couldn't believe it. So when this shows up, it can be big, and I've seen it show up for your right lung. So let's correct for all that. Now I don't have to correct for that. This is happening. So we had one person, somebody that I remember emailed us today about being kind of a codependent issue, affected by other people, affected by how people thought of them, all sorts of stuff affecting their lives because of that. I was with somebody this week, and she's very put together. Family's doing well, money's good, starting some big projects. And she was talking about some of her friends who are in the medical community, doctors, families doing really well around town. But she mentioned something, and some of the things she said made me realize, oh my God, they really care about what other people think about them, kind of in that codependent way. It's like, oh my God. And I thought that they had it all together. So let me just, it kind of surprised me. So I'm going to go here, and we're going to do this. One of the secrets of this work, I'll fill you in on it right now. One of the secrets is that I play, and I play for real. So when I do this, I'm not pretending to do it. I'm not wondering what you think of me when I do this funny looking thing. I'm not concerned about if it looks funny to somebody, or it ruffles somebody's feathers, or it doesn't ruffle somebody's feathers, or wow, I'm not concerned about that. It's not even on my radar. And so that's why it kind of made me go, wow, when I found out about those people that looked like they had it all together, and they were so concerned about what everybody else thought about them. So one of the secrets of this work is to actually play, and play for real, kind of like a little kid plays. Yeah. 1 to 3 years old. Because when I do that, anything's possible. And it's like, it's a nice thing to say, and it's like, oh, isn't that so nice? But what I've noticed is things happen, like teeth fitting together. But the secret is the secret, like in the movie The Secret, right? The thing about it is, though, you got to play for real. So one of the ways to do that, of course, is to do what you really love to do, and do it with passion, and then to lose yourself in it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's going big. Awesome. So let me just check this and see if anybody's saying anything. Oh, Beth, yes. Okay, so Beth had to sign into her Gmail, and now she's able to chat. Good. Awesome. Okay, so let's see. So now, okay, so let's connect up everybody. Let's do this one. Whoever else can chat, and if not, just raise your hand on your own. Who wants to make a change in the world? Do you want to make a change in the world? Who wants to have better health? Okay, who wants to influence the world? Like if you would it be useful if some people listened to you and said, "Wow, you mean we can do that and get well, or we can do this, or." Okay, awesome. Okay. Who wants to have lose yourself in it passion, where the whole world goes away and you just like, there you go. Okay, so did we do this? Why not? Oh, now I'm trying to a little self-conscious. Okay. Yeah. So it's interesting. I noticed I don't have to. Do I qualify this or just do it? We're just going to do it. Okay, here goes. So I learned this from a guy, and I can tell you about where I learned it from, but we're just going to do it. No, Army says no. Let's see how we want to do this. It's already installed. It's already doing it. Let me see how I want to do this. It's coming from your gut. Okay, here we go. So you can put your hands on your belly. Let's just do it. And whatever is useful for you. And whatever is not, it's all in good fun. And I only mean for the best of you, right? Okay, so hands on your belly. And then you can say and think to yourself, this is my belly. When I speak from my belly, interesting. I'm getting a funny little something or other. Hang on. Let me see what this is about. There's another way to do this. Yeah. There's another way to do this. So we have lots of women online today. And I know there's some guys too. I was always the kind of guy, kind of like my son. I hung out with women a lot. Like I was always the one in the kitchen with the women, sitting out there watching TV with the guys while the women did the work. It just didn't interest me. So I was always in the kitchen. And my little boy's the same way. Like he loves going and hanging out with all the little girls at the playground, and he finds it much more interesting. And so there's a lot of women on board here. And what I'm getting is there's a different way to do this, to influence the world, influence people, make money, live your passion. So it's definitely still in the gut, but it's different than what I was going to say. And I was getting a definite like, no. And so I got to follow that. So I'm going to go right to our gut. And let's just see what that's about. Oh. Yeah, this feels way better. So we're going to go to Wisdom Healing Jining Qigong. You can notice the space about an inch or two below your sorry about that, an inch or two below your belly button, between your belly button and your low back. Open Mingmen. Awaken the dragon. Well, this is interesting. So I'm noticing a pattern that's really cool. And it kind of looks like that big tree that's on the emails I send to you guys all the time. That I think it's a willow tree, but it's that big, beautiful tree at Kitsilano Beach up here. And willows look really cool. What's going on underneath the surface, though, is they're really good at fighting other plants and things in their roots and stuff. So they do a lot of stuff to protect things and do stuff down there. And so it's not just like peace and love in that willow tree, but then it looks like a willow tree. So we're going to take that whole willow tree. I'm not sure, but I think this has to do with shifting codependent patterns. Wow. Yeah, through the root system, and then also then it does this. And what it's showing up as is like the way that you would influence people and make money, have health, help people, yet still not be just like codependent about it, you know? Do we have an archetype for this? Do we want an archetype for this? It's pulsing. So we're going to go to your stem cells, and we're going to do this. Go straight to source. Yeah, straight to source, stem cells. Yeah, and what it feels like is it's going through lots of layers of, I don't know if it's the past or issues or conditions or people. It's people and interactions. And I feel it's going through a whole bunch of different types of interactions, whether it's in the past or the future or now. Like a bunch of little episodes of stuff going on with that. And now we're going to activate all that. Windows. Wow. No wonder I chose a willow tree. Okay, so now let's see what our window looks like. That's getting very close. Okay. Okay. Wow, that feels big. So let's see what we do now. Go to each person. Go to the list of stuff. Let's have everybody, how about we tune into what you really want again? So think of your health, your relationships, your money, your influence, your place in the world, you know, status or whatever. That's a funny word, but you know what I mean? Like who you're with, who you're hanging out with, how you're thought of. Not that you want to be concerned if somebody doesn't like you or likes you, but like, you know, who your group is. Well, there's where we're going. Let me see. I'm going to go to this. Yeah, because the other part of this, you know, there's the energy, there's the actually doing stuff, there's also the group. So you're in this group, and this group is really powerful. And there's been a lot of people that have had really cool stuff change for them. So thank you for the emails. Who you hang out with is really important. So I was running years ago, and I was at a pretty good level, but I wanted more. And so I started running with these guys in San Diego that some of them had been gone to the Olympics, and some of them had been, you know, Olympic trials kind of people, and all sorts of people that were like that. And I was running with some of them one morning when I first started running with them, and I actually fell. And I think I fell because I just had to slow the pace down. It was so fast. And my coach said, he called me Ralphie. He said, Ralphie, you're going to be the boss of this run someday. And sure enough, I got to the point where I could run pretty darn well with everybody. and on some days very well. And because what he said was the group will get you there. He was a big believer in the group and emotion. And so here he was, this coach that, and he was runner too, that was world class back when he was younger, and had trained with the best coaches in the world, ran for Nike. And the biggest things, he did the training, he had the how to do it training part, like here's what you do. But the biggest parts of how to get really good were the emotion and the group. Because once you were with the group that did it and it was already there, you just became one of them. And then the emotion that went with that was really big. We would run, and sometimes we would do funny stuff like put zinc oxide, the colored stuff on our face that's for sunscreen, but we would do it like little Indians, natives, and then run through the mountains of San Diego. And we were just having so much fun and pure emotion and just, amazing. So we're going to take that for you now. So let's go to what you really, really want. Go to that feeling state. Yeah, feel how there's no resistance there. What you really want. And then now is the time to bring your best game into it, to raise your energy level, to make it big, to make it exciting, to make it strong. So go ahead and use anything you can to make it really big. What's the biggest emotional state you can get right now? What would it feel like to really have that? And go to that feeling state right now. The biggest emotional state, what you would feel, how you'd be yelling, what you might be saying, what you might be feeling. Go, you can do this now. And then we're going to bring in all the people that you'd be attracting, that would be attracted to you, that you'd be attracted to, your group that's done this, that has this, that this is the game they play, this is the energy they bring to the game, all those people. And now let's activate that. Yeah, where the people you interact with are playing at that level. Let's go to all that and activate. So we got energy. You got all your mindset, your visualization, you can see it, you can feel it. You got your group. And then you have how to do X to get Y. So the physical stuff of if you get inspired actions to do this, to do that, you actually do it. And then I'm going to give you this one more time here in words. It's already activated for you in the field. For this next week or two, I think I see you guys in 2 weeks. What I'm recommending is to go 100% gluten-free. Email me if you have any questions about how to do that. In fact, I'll find a PDF of how to do it and send it again. Today's the day for phone calls. Yeah. And then all the other ways to do this. And then I'm going to put this out because I know some of you don't are interested and some of you aren't interested. So email me if you have any wishes, desires, goals in the world of money or finance or business. And I can send you some links of some people that I think would be really useful to at least watch their videos. Stuff that I've used and I'm using. So the X to get the Y. What do you do? What do you get to do to get the Y? And why do you want it? Okay, Windows. Man, that feels big. Okay, now I want to go through some messages. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go to Melody as a surrogate for everybody. I'm going to go right to her shoulders and arms, and we're going to take them for everybody: beliefs and issues with control, heart, lung, throat, expression, thyroid, cranial base, top of the head, forehead, emotional, mental, personal, passion, body, epic center, heart, lungs, liver, spleen, pancreas, kidneys, adrenals, ureters, colon, the cecum, the sigmoid, the small intestines, the hips as a process center, the hips, all the joints, connective tissue. And it's correct for all this. Yeah. Self-worth. Green and yellow. Okay, good. Okay, I'm going to go to two young men, and let's use them as surrogates for everybody else as well. Correct for any vaccines, anything they've eaten, anything they've drank, any genetics, anything else. Okay. Whatever math you got. Colors brighter, laughter louder, love bigger, ability to bless others with those things as well. Okay, good. Okay, jaw, arm, knees, teeth, gums. So we're going to go to Cassie, and as a surrogate for everybody, teeth. This worked for me. No cavities for 20 years after having cavities for the first 37 years of my life. So we're going to go teeth, gums, what's causing it, what's caused by it. Let's correct for bacteria, infections. We're going to do the plates. Doot, 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 and this. Okay. I think I'm going to do this one. Do we do this one? There was let me just bring in Mira. Mira's had an amazing shift on all levels: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, relationships, money, everything. I'll send you her success story. And we're going to bring all that in Windows. Wow, so there's going to be, yeah, we're going to bring, what you really want. So we're in a really deep space for you right now. So you can go and do this now. Go ahead and go to the feeling state of already having what you so desire on all levels. You're in it right now. Mira. And we're going to go back to age 1, 2, 3 years old. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, wow, this is big. Huh. I don't know why I'm getting artichoke hearts. Yeah, it's really cool how it's coming in, and it feels like part of it, just because it's kind of fun to have words, is how pretty you are, age 3. And then there's this other piece that's coming in. It's kind of funny. It's coming in like what used to be in style many, many years ago. Women had these choker things, these like little thing around their neck, some kind of jewelry-ish kind of thing. But I'm getting all sorts of meanings to that. And so I'm going to 2-point between age 3 and that, and just let go and trust. Yeah. Okay, let's see how this looks now. Oh, cool. It went up the page. It's inverted. Can we invert this? Okay, so let's go here. Let's invert them. So feel this. I'm gonna go ahead and do this now. Yeah, this is gonna keep going. I love to go check in on this. Let's see. I just I love to, while we have everybody here. Gonna go grab everybody's name here. Okay. Okay, so here goes. Here for each of you. Army, Brenna, Beth, Carolyn, Cassie, Chad, Chinwen, Darian, Full, Ellie, Lynn, Emily, Emmy, Linda, Gabriel, Jen, Klaus Varnish, Nancy, J_J, Jeffrey, Jen, Jerry, Jerry, Kajal, Kelly, Kirsten, Kim, Anitra, Margaret, Lisa, Joyce, Minerva, Paula, Rafa, Ralph, Sandup, Sister Bear, Stacy, Star Woman, Susan, Jenny, Robin, Ushant, Vicky, Wendy and Bryce, Mira, Yuan, Zifady. Activate. Okay, so I'll email you this so you have a little record of it so you can go to it when you want. But you just had a big session, and so this can be amazing all by itself, just this big session. Also, I'm going to give you the cliff notes of how to play and how to make things happen for yourself. So one thing to do is to do as children do when they're not hindered by adults, right? Is to play, and to play for real, completely losing yourself in the play and in the passion. So any ways that you can do that throughout your life of playing and completely immersing yourself in it so that you lose yourself in it, so that the world goes away, because you're just so into what you're doing. So anything that you can do with that. And then the other part is going to be, I'll email you the resource page again and the gluten-free PDF. Got 2 weeks before I see you again. What you can do, if you want, I really recommend it, is to go 100% gluten-free, no exceptions. Just be really good at it for 2 weeks to see what it does, and then go through that resource page and see if there's certain things that you feel called to do. The ones I would recommend are anything related to the kidneys. So the kidney sounds and the kidney rubbing would be really, really good, and the bliss technique. So if you could do just those things, the bliss technique, the kidney rubs, and the kidney sounds, even though that sounds a little funny to make sounds throughout the day, and they're kind of funny sounds, but know that I've done these things for hours and hours at a time for much of my life with big results. So so those are the things that I recommend. Notice what you notice with this session. Find ways to just play and to immerse yourself in it and to lose yourself in it. And then go gluten-free and look through the resource page, because these are things, if you were working with me one-on-one, I would groove you in. I would get you used to these ideas and have you hopefully doing some of them, because it could change your life. And if you've been dealing with autoimmune conditions, and there's a little girl right now, a 16-year-old, that I'm hoping gets to still see me. She's considering not seeing me. And I'm really concerned, because she's going through some stuff that is, she's at a crossroad where lots of autoimmune conditions coming up and lots of physical pains and lots of other stuff coming up. And if she could just go 100% gluten-free, her life could change dramatically. And so these other things would be really useful too, but that would be a really big one. So, I'm not the dictator. I would love to be the benevolent dictator, but everybody has their choices. What I'm recommending for everybody here that wants to really make changes and get your life back is to notice what you notice with this session, use it again, watch it again if you want, and go gluten-free, and then do some of the Qigong exercises, the kidney rubs, the kidney sounds, and the bliss technique. And then I'll see you all in 2 weeks, I believe. Look for the schedule. I'll email you, and email me whenever you want about anything. Pretty soon, I'm going to be doing I'm reading some of the chats. Pretty soon, I'm going to be getting a different platform, so it'll be easier to chat with me. I'm going to get something called GoToWebinar, and you don't have to have a YouTube account or a Gmail, and you don't have to log on to anything. And so I'll be getting that set up pretty soon. Not sure if it'll be happening before the next 2 weeks, but I hope it will be. So anyway, I love having you here. I look forward to seeing you again, and I'll send you a link too. If you know anyone else that would like to be part of these sessions or has some issues going on that you think could help them, let me know and let them know, and I'll send you a link about that. So all right, have a great Sunday, and I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Bye now.